It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Come on, set. 30 base.
50, nice 50. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant.
Hey, lock it.
Watch the slant. Check it out, free. Kill.
2nd and 3.
On the 10.
And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Down. 18, Gator.
Come on,
Ready?
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Look at me. Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check it back.
80 weapon.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Hard.
From the gun, Bach. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Mike's 50. There's a party now. Mike 50. I'm coming.
You're out.
I'm coming.
Snap.
Back to throw. Bach. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Bach. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
On the double.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big third down play there for the Jags. 52 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
On the ball.
Now a give right side. Swift stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On second down, Swift.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Topper! Bravo!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. And they'll try the jet sweep here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here we go! 60 outlaw! You ain't got nothing! You ain't got Hurry! Shoot!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
10-2 stop.
Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run! Twist!
And they give this time to the tailback. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Let's go!
On 3rd down, Swift, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2.
Hey.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
You better be afraid of me. Snap.
They'll look to throw, and this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it. Yeah,
you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around, 1st and 10. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Bach. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Then he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Watch the pass. No. General West. Go. Smith. Ready.
On 1st and 10, Bach. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Stay with your man. He's coming. We got double up. Jim.
Throwing again. Bach. And Woods has it complete.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Bach. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. Try to get it to Woods.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On the ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the foot.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's first and 10. He'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Hey!
Let's go heavy.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now.
Go.
Come to me, it's me.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
Ready up.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
At the 37-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now. It's Vaughn. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there. And it's third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. To throw on third down. Bach. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over and spotted the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
58 for Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
He'll set up a throw. He'll rifle this one deep right. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you're giving yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
An explosive 38-yard pickup.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
On the set.
Check, Mike 50, Mike 50. Right.
Check 26, check 26. Rock it.
That's all right.
Operating from the gun. Bach looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. Boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Robert Woods, 65 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Hey, exit.
Now back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, that
rush comes and they block it. They try and bring the... And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
Saints 17. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Sam off.
On first down, Bach looking long for Thomas. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. His guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
24 is the mic. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up. Check three, check three. Wide, get wide. That's wide. Alert flare. Joker.
To throw is Rivers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
You got it. You got it.
Marcus Williams on the coverage.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Check 31. Say. Go.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. On 2nd down, Swift. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check 15, check 15.
On 3rd down, Bach. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Bach. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and short. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Bach. Open man is Michael Thomas. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 64 yards. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Rivers. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
All day, every day, any day. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, lock it.
Throwing on first down. Bach. He'll air it out deep for... And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Shit. Shit.
Go.
Throwing again. Rivers. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. That one good for 26 and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game. And
got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On the ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Bach, and an alley to run. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
60 or.
Too little, Captain. Check 3 and
5.
Looking to throw on second down. Bach. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, high 7. Look at me. Go. Greystone, travel. Hey, Zoo.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Watch time.
Smooth.
Hey. 50's the mic. Ready?
Let's go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Ready? 58, Mike. Let's go. Man up, D.
Rivers on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Well, that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, 43 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Lambo on for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Hey, Charlie.
To throw on third down. Bach. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 12. Incomplete. 3 plays and out.
tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Hey, Haywood. Yes.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Hey, no, look at that. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh? Ain't no such thing as a loss. Hey, seam 6.
They'll try and throw for it here. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
On the double.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, Delta.
58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. Hey, pick it up.
Ready?
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. And can you believe it? He misses another one, his 3rd so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they gotta get it.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 15 line. Huh?
11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
6-yard line.
Bring it.
Now.
2nd and 13. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
When we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Tight end to the left, tight end left. Hey.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And the Jaguars send out their punter. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Ready, ready. 10 Tucson.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
On 1st and 10, Bach airing it out deep for Woods. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Robert Woods, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Saints get a bit closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Break.
Mike, boy, 47. Check, 40.
Hey, wahoo!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. Back to throw. Bach. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. This is complete to Michael Thomas. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener, and it's a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
50, Mike 50. You must be dreaming. Hey, orbit.
On first down, Bach. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Whip.
Watch the hard.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Bach. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 21. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Set. 60 or. Hey, box drop. Spike.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Meanwhile, in Foxborough there in the 4th quarter. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season.
Ready, set.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Under 10. Yep. 5. Hustle. Get it.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bach. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox light. Be careful.
Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
16.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Cheetah.
He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 16 yards. A little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Jags, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what?